public service. Much that I have seen since my return to my native land after an absence of many years has filled me with immeasurable satisfaction and pride. Our material progress has been little short of phenomenal. It has established an eminence in material strength so far in advance of any other nation or combination of nations that talk of imminent threat to our national security through the application of external force is pure nonsense. It is not of any external threat that I concern myself, but rather of insidious forces working from within, which have already so drastically altered the character of our free institutions. Those institutions which formerly we hailed as something beyond question or challenge. Those institutions we proudly called the American way of life. Foremost of these forces is that directly, or even more frequently indirectly, allied with the scourge of imperialistic communism. It has infiltrated into positions of public trust and responsibility, into journalism, the press, the radio, and the schools. It seeks through executive authority concerning the possibility of a reduction or even limitation upon these mounting costs. No suggestion deals with the restoration I have yet to see evidence that the free world's one great hope for survival now rests upon the maintaining and preserving of our own strength. Continue to dissipate it, and that one hope is dead. If the American people would pass on the standard of life and the heritage of opportunity they themselves have enjoyed to their children and their children's children, they should ask their representatives in government, what is the plan for the easing of the tax burden upon us? What has been no plan? We have long drifted aimlessly with the sole safeguard against the inaptitude of our leaders resting upon American enterprise, American skill, and American courage. But once the incentive for the maximizing of these great attributes is lost, the bulwark to support our failures is gone, and the American way of life as we have known it will be gravely threatened. Indivisible from this trend, and probably contributory to it, is a growing tendency to overlook certain forms of laxity in high quarters. Petty corruption in the public administration is a disease, unfortunately, common to all nations. But I refer to an even more alarming situation. Men of significant stature in national affairs appear to cower before the threat of reprisal if the truth be expressed in criticism of those in higher public authority. For example, of our fighting forces, there was result has been indecisive. The high moral purpose which so animated and inspired the world a year ago yielded to the timidity and fear of our leaders as, after defeating our original enemy, a new one entered the field which they dared not fight to a decision. Appeasement thereafter became the policy of war on the battlefield. In the actual fighting with this new enemy, we did not lose, but neither did we win. Yet it can be accepted as a basic principle, proven and reproven since the beginning of time, that a great nation which enters upon war and fails to see it through to victory must accept the full moral consequences of defeat at a vital crossroad. In one direction is the path of courageous patriots seeking in humility but the opportunity to serve their country. The other, that of those selfishly seeking to entrench autocratic power. The one group stands for implacable resistance against communism. The other for compromising with communism. The one stands for our traditional system of government and freedom. The other for a socialist state and slavery. The one boldly speaks the truth. The other spreads propaganda, fear, and deception. The one denounces excessive taxation, bureaucratic government, and corruption. The other seeks more taxes, more bureaucratic power, and shields corruption. Now that the fighting has temporarily abated, the outstanding impression which emerges from the scene is the utter uselessness of the enormous sacrifice in life and limb which has resulted. 1 million soldiers on both sides, and unquestionably at least a like number of civilians, are maimed or dead. A nation has been gutted, and we stand today just where we stood before it all started. We stand today at a critical moment of history. The people, as the ultimate rulers, must choose the course our nation shall follow. Not for a moment do I doubt that decision, or that it will guide the nation to a new and fuller greatness. Good night.